So if you clicked on this video, you probably have encountered the term Notion as a second brain. But in my opinion, Notion is not a good second brain. It is a great building block tool and leaves room for creativity, task management, and team collaboration, or creating and selling templates. And in this video, I will showcase the simple second brain tool named Cortex, which was created by the YouTuber Dan Ko, who has over 1 million subscribers. And also why this tool is worth a look. But if you want more second brain content and mastering your mind, join the 7-day challenge in the link below. I will guide you to more clarity, less chaos, higher productivity, fewer work hours, and the foundation of your second brain business. Honestly, there's no bullshit, just pure value for 7 days. Link is down below, and let's go into it. So this is the capture feature, and in the capture feature, we can just type in anything. We can also, for example, which is pretty interesting, we can add a connection. Let's say we want to have a text hook, so we type in text hook, and then we type, let's say, this is a hook, and then if we click on it, this will be assigned to a document, to the text hook document, and then we can see it here. All of the things are connected, and also the capture, so we can see the capture, so we can precisely capture information to specific documents with a single click, with like a phone, iPad, whatever you're working. And this is already pretty powerful, because I feel like a lot of notes we capture are way too fast, kind of like away. So another good thing about this one is we can also include like a hashtag, for example, and then tag like life is a game. And then we can find it easier, or we can say, hey, it is a quote, and we have quote here. So all of this stuff is pretty powerful once we understand how it works. Talking about chat or Kai. So Kai, for example, is the AI version. And the interesting thing about Cortex is, first of all, they have pre-created prompts from a big creator, Dan Ko, and he has over 1 million subscribers. So I think he kind of knows what he's talking about. So this is already pretty good. So like there, for example, personal brand and content strategy, customer avatar. So actually, if you don't really know a lot about creating content, there's like pre-made tools, prompts to make this easier. And one of the best ones, honestly, is the write a thread or carousel for thread posts, or also generate viral social posts. Honestly, these works perfectly on threads, and with them, I actually gained over 1 million views in less than a month, and all the rest is actually linked below. And yeah, so another really interesting part about the chat feature is we have a lot of different tools we can, like all different AI softwares we can use, or tools. All of them are actually in one hub, and we can also assign them to specific documents, which is also pretty powerful. So for example, we have our text hook, which we had here before, like text hooks, and then we can also connect these things and use Claude, Gemini, GPT-04, GPT 4.1, 4.1, whatever, DeepSeek, and all of it is free in it. But I mean, sure, there's a limit, but I mean, I pay for it, so it's, for me, it's worth it. So let's continue. We have the library function, which is actually, in my opinion, one of the best things ever. Like Notion, for example, on the other hand, in my opinion, Notion doesn't really have a good connection to the library function or to Readwise. So this one is connected to Readwise. So for example, you can see it here. We have the settings, and then we have the Readwise import, and then we use this stuff here. And I hope I didn't share anything which is private. No, I did not. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so we have the library, and then you can connect this with your Readwise, which is really powerful. Like, for example, Readwise Reader is a great app you can use. And then we have, all the books, Psychocybernetics, The Way of the Superior Man, all of that in one thing, and or one software. And then we can also connect them in a document. So let's take Just Mind Universe, or we want to write a newsletter. And we take a new newsletter, and then we duplicate. And this is just a short explanation. So we open this one on a pane, and then let's say, hey, we're going down here and have a research. And then we say like, hey, we want to take the book Way of the Superior Man. And then we can connect the doc, And when we're writing our newsletters or any content, we can just easily click on it, and then it opens on another pane, or like another tab, and then we can just scroll through and then copy things out from the highlights we created in Readwise Reader. Like, honestly, that's insane. Then we have another pretty good thing, which I will, like, this is the document I created. And then we also have the Zettelkasten system. If any one of you are familiar with the Zettelkasten system, it is a specific method created by, I think the guy called, I don't know what his name is, never mind. And then we have the Zettelkasten system. I probably can, the Zettelkasten system is here as a short explanation how it works. And Danko actually created a specific version out of the Zettelkasten system, which calls core nodes. And these core nodes, which I converted into mastery nodes, which is my own system. So for example, all of this stuff is all of the stuff is core nodes. So you always, when you start writing, you have a problem, you have a goal, you have an example, you have a benefit, you have a process. And you just do this for every single document. This already gives you a lot of structure, which I think a lot of people, myself included in the past, had actually no idea. Like, my mind was completely unorganized because I also have ADHD, and this was the biggest struggle I had for like 25 years. I'm 26 now. But like with the system, with the Zettelkasten system, we kind of like our nodes kind of make sense afterwards. So, and then on top of it, from the core nodes from Dan, I created the stuff underneath, like the master class and the connect to minimum. You can also get the template just immediately down below. There's like no blocks or anything. I feel like this template should be for everyone. And yeah, the thing I actually changed is the chaos to clarity method, which is some of my business stuff, which you can see here, the chaos to clarity method. It is connected to my mind universe. And yeah, the mastery nodes just gives me more organization possibility with a specific hierarchy system and a specific hashtag system. And all of this one can be connected. And as most of you don't know about second brains, we can, for example, include here, so we, for example, doing here and have like, we put an ad and then we connect to a specific link. Let's say we connect, I should maybe duplicate this template first. So we duplicate this template, and then we have the writing template and we have the mastery nodes, right? And both the things together here are pretty powerful. Like, that's the thing which I use every single day. Every single day I write in the morning and create mastery notes. This is like my first 1 or 2 hours in a single day. And then I start with like mastery note, let's say a specific topic we want to talk about. Let's say we talk about the para method from Tiago Forte. And we want to use the para method as a writing tool, and then we can connect them in a specific writing. Let's say we have here a headline, and then we can have a specific connection and make, for example, like here, para. Then we have a para, and then we connect both things together. And we have the headline here, and then we kind of like create this thing together between newsletter and mastery notes, and like this interconnection link between these documents gives a lot of room for interconnected thinking. Like, this is an extremely powerful thing. So first of all, we have these things, right? So what is actually the para method, right? What is the para method? So the para method is created by Tiago Forte. He's like an organizing productivity guru, I would say. And he created this project areas resource archive system. And this system is pretty good in my opinion. I don't like that he doesn't really gamify this process, because I kind of like to gamify the process, but I mean, hey, that's why I'm here. So I like to gamify the stuff. So, and the project, for example, always have a specific end in mind. So like, this is a specific project I'm currently working on, gaming essay project, whatever, ADHD gaming live stream, whatever. Then, for example, areas. These are like mainly like 3 things, like mastery notes, as I mentioned before, and the 4 domains of clarity. All of this stuff is linked below. I don't want to go into this again because I talked about this in a lot of other YouTube videos. Then we have the writing system, which I use for like my writing template, persuasive writing, productivity, ADHD, 7-day chaos to clarity, 90-day challenge, whatever. All of the stuff is from my business. And then we have notes, which is the diary and all my private, my kind of like a private stuff. Like, this is just like some random notes I take. And then we have resources. Resources in this particular way would be like, for example, prompts, PDF documents when you store them and whatever, like templates, prompts, whatever. And then at the end, it's like archive, like things we don't really need anymore, like archive areas, archive projects, things are like, hey, I don't really need it currently. It is not, I don't need it for like an actionable task. So I just put it out of mind, out of sight, out of mind. And yeah, all of the things are actually in combination pretty powerful. So for example, you can get the writing template, you can get the mastery notes template, and all of the stuff is connected here. And then we can really dive deep into like a writing tool. Like Notion, for example, is not really like an interconnected system, and I think it's too complex. And because Cortex is perfectly built for writers or creators, I think like these writing systems and tool organization methods really did change my brain. And yeah, if there's any more information, you can get all the information down below, like all the information about my chaos to clarity method, from para method to 4 domains of clarity, which are these mastery nodes here, like life mastery, business mastery, productivity mastery, and mind mastery, and the chaos to clarity tag system, which is this one above here. And it also explains all of this one is in a template, which is entirely for free, link below. This is all I have and done in Cortex as a second brain. And in my opinion, it is way simpler, way more effective than you would use Notion. And for Notion, you need a lot of back experience. So all of the stuff is linked down below. Hope you like this video. Give it a thumbs up. Otherwise, give me some feedback. See you guys in my next video.